Hi, and welcome to my studio. I'm Larry. Today we're going to be doing some more techniques and tips, and this time I thought I would show a pastel on how to do an underpainting using either an alcohol wash or a water wash. And it basically means that all you're going to do is you can use anything. Actually, you could even use watercolor if you wanted to. But what I've done here is that I've taken some black charcoal and this is kind of a value type sketch here, and then this one I just used my pastels. I have some water here, and then this is just alcohol from the drugstore. And either one will work, and they work about the same. It's just that the alcohol will dry a little better. Now, I'm working on Bristol board, or not Bristol board, Bristol paper, but you can use this on regular pastel paper. You can use this on sanded paper, either the kind that you make or the commercial brand. However, if you are buying a commercial sanded paper, be sure that it is waterproof, because some of them use a glue that is not waterproof, and as soon as you touch it with either of these, it'll just slough off, and then you've lost a very expensive piece of paper. So it doesn't take rocket science to do this. Like I said, this is just a little quick sketch that I did. What this does is, one, it sets your drawing, your basic sketch or design that you put on your paper, and it gives you an idea of where, well, like here where there might be color changes, or with this where your lights and your darks are. It doesn't matter. It just depends on what you as an artist want to do. Some people like to do just a black and white sketch or a tonal sketch using different shades of gray. Others like to put a more detailed sketch on and then detail it out with their pastels. It's up to you. Some people will just take and cover the whole paper with a color and then set it in with the water or the alcohol, and that's what they do. They've just toned their paper basically with it. So try these things and figure it out for yourself which one that you like. I prefer the alcohol because it dries a little bit faster, but it's totally up to you. This is just a watercolor brush. And if you've got watercolor brushes, those are fine. All I did was pick up some water, and I'm just going to kind of go over this. Have a paper towel or something that you can wipe off any excess. You kind of smear it around. Where it's darker, you're going to get a darker look to it. Rinse, and then just kind of get the light side. And this is, like I said, you get to decide how detailed you want to do this. It really doesn't matter. If you just want to put a general design down. Now, the other thing about both of these is that you aren't married to it. If you need to make changes after you get it on there, maybe you've decided you want to take out that bush, or maybe put more bushes in the background, or whatever. That's totally up to you. You can just go right over it with your pastels. All it does is just kind of set this down so that, like, this is still it's just very chalky. I hadn't put any water on it. But once you set it, then it becomes a more permanent. It will still rub off a little bit, but not as easy as it would if it's dry before you've put anything on there. So that's about all I'm going to do for that, but you can kind of see where it could lead. I've done some of these in class where I've put a gray, a value sketch underneath, and my students go, "Oh, you're not going to go over that now, are you?" And it's just like, well, yeah, that's kind of the plan. But if you like it the way it is, again, leave it. So, okay, now I'm going to just rinse my brush a little bit, and then I'll dry it off. And then I'm just going to take some alcohol. This is 70% alcohol. It doesn't matter. There's 90%. But this works just as well. The thing about the alcohol is that it, like I said, it does dry a little bit faster. It just kind of spreads out the pastel. And I'm not going to worry about if I pick up some of that color and move it around, because I will be, if this were going to be something, I would definitely be going over it, and I can make any corrections to it that I want. But this gives me an idea of where I can, go with this. But underpainting is very important. It's like the foundation to your whole painting. By putting a tone on it, just a tone of something, you've created kind of this idea of whatever color that you've used as a background. Say you've used a ochre or a yellow or something like that. It makes the whole painting have kind of a warm feeling to it. I've seen people do really elaborate underpaintings that were just, it was how they learned, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they made these really elaborate underpaintings. And that's how they like to work. So what I'm doing when I reach over here is that I'm rinsing my brush off in my water so I don't dirty up my alcohol. But once this is dry, then you can come back over and add your regular pastels. And this just kind of hides any holes that there might be. Some people plan it so that they end up leaving some of the underpainting show through. This is just one technique. You don't always have to do this, but you do need to know that there is an option. So, and again, you can actually use straight watercolor if you want, and that would work fine, or acrylics. You can use acrylics. I know that there are those that will use oil paints. This is just a couple of ways: water and alcohol. So I hope you learned something with this, and please try it. I think that you'll find that you like one or the other, or find that there are situations that you want to use something like this. So until next time, please stay safe and call your friends, call your family, check in on your neighbors. Most of all, keep painting, and I hope someday soon that we'll see you in class. Thank you.